And we are live. Welcome back with Murphy Mac to another episode of the Fitness Beginner Podcast, where we help you get started on your fitness journey. What is up, folks? Happy Sunday, or if you're listening to this on Monday. Hope y'all having a great week so far. You already know, start the week off right on Monday, and it'll be a great week. But yeah, I want to do something a little different in today's podcast that I never done before. And I think this may be a little interesting thing that we could do. I don't really know how it's gonna go, but we're gonna try it right here live on air. So if you're watching, y'all bear with me. If you listen to this later, hopefully it worked out for me. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes once you're listening to this. But what we're gonna do is I'm going to answer the top 20 most asked fitness questions. But how are we gonna get those top 20 questions? Well, we are gonna go over to handy dandy ChatGPT. If you don't know what ChatGPT is, you've been sleeping under a rock. But it is a large language model, aka AI, artificial intelligence, that can basically do whatever you tell it to do. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna ask it to give us the top 20 most asked fitness questions, and I'm gonna answer these questions for you live and on air on the spot. I did not rehearse this. I'm gonna do this on the spot. With that being said, I am not perfect by no means. I do not know the answer to every question, and a lot of these are gonna be my opinion. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a scientist, biologist, whatever. This is just going to be my opinion. So take that for what it is. This is not professional advice. It's not health advice, or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, that's just my little disclaimer. So hopefully it gives us a good list of questions. I don't know what it's going to give us. We'll see. I'm actually going to, if you're watching the video version of this podcast, I'm going to pull it up live on my screen so you can see it with me. And if you're not watching the video version, what are y'all doing? Y'all need to go over to YouTube, or you can watch the video version on Spotify. But yeah, I suggest go to YouTube, watch it, subscribe to the channel while you're over there. I'd appreciate it. Let me figure out how to share my screen on here. Share video. Oh yeah, there we go. Okay, y'all can see it on the screen now. Let me actually make it a little bigger for y'all. Make me smaller. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Now we're cooking with peanut oil. Let's do it. All right, so we're gonna type it in. If you want to go to ChatGPT out to check this website out that I'm using, it's literally just chatgpt.com. And you can literally ask it to do anything for me. Give me a list of the top 20 most asked fitness questions. Should I do of 2025? Yeah, we'll do of 2025. Of 2025. And enter. So it's going to give us a list, and we're going to see what it's going to generate. And then I'm going to try to answer these questions to the best of my ability. And that's going to be today's podcast. So I hope y'all enjoyed it. It's a different little tactic than what we're used to doing, but I'm going to try it. We'll see how it works out. So starting off, question number 1. How many days a week should I work out? This is a very complex question. If you're a beginner, honestly, I think you could get away with 1 day a week if you really wanted to, if you're very, very new. But I would say 3. Like my answer would be 3 days a week, because I think that's very reasonable. I think you can do 3, but I also think it's going to be enough for you to see a lot of results. But I don't want you to think like you have to do 3. If you can't do 3, then you don't have to do 3 by no means. You can do 2. You can even do 1. Honestly, you just need to be doing more than what you're doing right now. If you're doing nothing right now, then you need to do at least 1 day, or go for a walk 1 day. I would suggest like going for a walk or working out at home when you first start. But yeah, if I could give you the best case scenario answer, it would be 3 days a week when you're starting out. But if you can't do 3, then do 2. If you can't do 2, do 1. Just do more than what you're doing right now. But yeah, so 3 days would be like my first starting out answer. But then as you progress, obviously you can go up to 4 days, you can go up to 5 days, and you can even do 6 days. I wouldn't do 7 days. I wouldn't do any more than that, unless you're training for something very specific, because rest is going to be very important as well. I technically work out 7 days a week, but the way my training is I'm not lifting weights 7 days a week, and I'm not running 7 days a week. But since I'm lifting weights and running, I kind of do both, So on my off day of weightlifting, I'll be running, and on my off days of running, I'm weightlifting. So yeah, I know I went too deep there. How many days a week should you do? 3 days a week, 3 to 5 days. That would be my answer. Number 2, what are the best exercises for weight loss? Well, this may be an answer that you weren't expecting. I know most of y'all are expecting me to say some kind of cardio for weight loss, but I'm actually not going to say cardio. I'm going to say weight training is going to be the best exercises for you to do for weight loss. But I'm not going to give you any specific exercises. There's no specific exercise you should do for weight loss. You cannot target weight loss on your body. Like, say you're trying to lose some weight on your arms. You can't do some bicep curls and tricep extensions and lose weight on your arms. It don't work that way. Your body loses weight from everywhere. You lose the weight from your whole body, not from one specific spot. So what are the best exercises for weight loss? Any weight training exercises are going to be the best for weight loss, because what do you do when you weight train? You build muscle. And what do you do when you build muscle? You build your metabolism and you burn more calories. And you continue to burn calories once you leave the gym. When you're doing cardio, yeah, you're burning a lot of calories when you do cardio. I agree. But as soon as you leave the gym, you're no longer burning any calories. And it don't really boost your metabolism. It actually probably does the opposite of boosting your metabolism when you're doing a lot of cardio. So weightlifting is hands down the best answer for this question. And it don't really matter what exercises you're doing, as long as you're just doing weight training. Try to train your whole body, full body workouts. Don't forget to do leg day, of course, obviously. Just work out every muscle that you can. Number 3, how do I stay motivated to exercise regularly? Well, this is a good question, and it's very hard because the answer is going to differ depending on the person. But if I could give you a generic answer that I think I help everybody, and it's to find your why. Like, why? Why do you want to exercise? Why do you want to do it? There's obviously some kind of reason that you want to do it, whether it's to be just to get in better health, or if you have very specific health concern that you need to fix. If you get gassed when you go up the stairs and you can't, like, you're breathing hard when you go up the stairs. Maybe you want to fit into your favorite pair of jeans that you used to wear, or you want to be able to get out in the yard and run around with your kids. Like, there's a reason why. So figure out that why and use that as your motivation. That should be enough to motivate you to keep going, to lose the weight, to exercise more, to be more healthy. Like, it may be as simple as your kids. You may just want to live longer to be with your kids longer, or be able to provide for your kids better, or something like that. Or maybe you just want to live longer. Maybe you just want to live, you don't want to be unhealthy. And whatever that reason is for you, use that as your motivation to exercise. And that's kind of the best way I can answer that question. Number 4, can you be fat but healthy? That's a good question. I don't know. I don't know how I want to answer that. I'm going to say no. My initial thought is no. You can't be fat and healthy. I don't know. Some people's definitely going to take that answer the wrong way. Do I think you're like super unhealthy if you're fat? No, you're not like super unhealthy. Some of you are, like some of you, yes, if you're obese, you're pretty unhealthy. You're going to have some kind of health concerns in the future, for sure. 100%. Being overweight leads to tons and tons of different health diseases and things like that. So yes, eventually it's going to catch up to you, and it's going to play a role in your overall health. But fat is also it's not subjective. Fat is subjective. So, like, what is fat? How heavy do you have to be considered fat? So it really depends on that level of what you think. But yeah, just to answer that question, yeah, I'd probably say, I would say no. You can't be fat and healthy. I think there's a little bit difference of being overweight and being fat. I think you can be a little overweight and still be pretty healthy, but not fat, if that makes sense. Like, when I think of fat, I think somebody that's really big, like way, way bigger than what they should be. Number 5, what is the ideal duration for a workout session? This is gonna differ depending on the person, for sure. If I had to give you a generic answer just for everybody, I would say 1 hour. 1 hour is a good, easy time frame to hit in the gym. Everybody can do it for an hour, I promise. Do you need an hour? No, absolutely not. I would say minimum 20 to 30 minutes, maximum 2 hours. But if I had to give you an easy answer, it would be an hour. Everybody does their time in hours, so it's easy just to say 1 hour. Workouts in the gym for 1 hour. And that's plenty of time to get a good workout in. I would do an hour. I actually work out for longer than an hour, probably do like an hour and a half. But I've been doing this for 11 years now, so I don't really think you need an hour. But yeah, my best answer for that is an ideal workout session is an hour. I know a lot of people can't do an hour, so if you can only do 30 minutes, then do 30 minutes. That's still going to do you very good. Like, 30 minutes is plenty, but I would say do an hour. You can find something to do for an hour. Even if your workout's only 30 minutes, you can walk on the treadmill for 10 minutes, stretch for 10 minutes, and then change clothes and stuff to go wherever you're going, and then that'll be an hour. So it just depends on your situation. But yeah, My best answer, 1 hour. That's an easy goal target to hit. Number 6, how can I prevent injuries during exercise? Warm up. That's easy. Warm up and practice proper technique. And this is a great question because you need to practice proper technique now. Practice it before you start lifting heavy weights. Do it now. Figure out the technique now. This will set you up long term. Like, you don't want to learn the wrong technique now and then start getting stronger. And then once you get really strong, you end up injuring yourself. You're going to hurt yourself. So learn proper technique and warm up. Warm up before every session, whether that's some kind of dynamic stretching, running or walking on the treadmill, doing the elliptical, something that you like to do, jump rope, get your body moving, get some blood circulating in your body, get your heart rate up a little bit, stretch a little bit, move around, and then do your workout. So warm up and practice proper technique. This is going to help you prevent injuries. And just be smart. Don't do something dumb in the gym. Like, don't do an exercise that you've never done or don't know how to do. Don't do something that's super heavy that you don't know if you can do or not. Like, just use your head a little bit. Number 7, what should I eat before and after workouts? That's easy. Carbs, protein. That's easy. Protein and carbs. Protein, of course, everybody knows protein. Like, that's probably the most important one in my opinion. If I had to give you just one, I'm gonna say protein. 100% eat protein. But the reason I say carbs is good for fueling your workouts. Your body preferred source of energy comes from carbs. So, and they're quick in digesting, that you can eat right before, and then your body will use those carbs to perform in the gym. So that's going to be good for your workouts, especially if you're doing endurance run. If you're doing endurance-based workouts, carbs is going to be very, very good for your workouts. But if I had to pick one, I'm going to say protein. But if I had to pick 2, carbs and protein, eat this before and after your workouts, especially after. Like, you definitely want to replenish all those nutrients that you just burned during your workout. So definitely try to get a meal in as soon as possible after a workout. It don't have to be like within 30 minutes or within an hour. Just get it in as soon as you can. If you can't get one in for 4 hours, then hey, just get it in 4 hours. But if you can, I would say eat as soon as possible after the gym. All right, number 8. Is it better to do cardio before or after weight training? After. 100% after. And the reason I say this is because if you do cardio before your weight training session, you're going to tire yourself out. Your body's going to be tired, and then you won't be able to train as hard. Like, you won't be able to go as hard in your weight training. You're going to be a little tired. You're going to be a little exhausted, and you're not going to be able to get the most benefits out of your weight training. So this is the easy question. Do your cardio first. Sorry, I said that wrong. Do your weight training first, then do your cardio after. That's easy every time. Number 9. How can I improve my flexibility? Well, this is an easy question. Stretch. Simple as that. Stretch, and then also do mobility exercises. There's tons of them. Just go to YouTube. Whatever tightness or mobility issue you're dealing with, look up a video on YouTube. Type in that thing. Say how to be more flexible in this area, how to stretch this muscle, how to do this. Do it on YouTube. It'll come up, and it'll give you some mobility exercises. There's a lot of like preventative exercises you can do with very, very light weights or even no weights at all. So there's workouts you can do to improve flexibility and mobility, and also stretching as well. Warming up, cooling down after your workout, just being smart. So that's the easy way to improve your flexibility. And also try to prevent whatever made you less flexible in the first place. It's like, for example, if you sit at a desk all day, you're probably going to be, like, your hip flexors are probably going to be tight. They're probably going to be, because you sit down all day and they're shortened. So they're going to shorten, they're going to get tight. So try to prevent that the best you can. And a way you can do that is by standing up. If you're at a desk, get one of those stand up rising desks and do that, or whatever it is that your issue is specifically. Number 10, what are the benefits of high intensity interval training, also known as HIIT training? Well, the benefits of it is you can get a pretty hard, intense workout that burns a lot of calories in a short period of time. So a HIIT workout is normally done in a group setting, and you normally have an instructor that leads it, and you do kind of weight training workouts, but you do them very fast and back to back to back, and you do cardio in between each one of them. So it's like you'll do like some squats, like you'll do some air squats, and you'll run over to the next station, and you may will do like some burpees or some jumping jacks. I don't know. I never done a HIIT class myself, but I know it's like very fast paced, and there is a little bit of weights involved. So you may build a little bit of muscle, probably not. You're probably not going to build a lot of muscle with this because you're doing it very fast. You're not doing a lot of weight, and you're not rested in between. So you're not going to build a lot of muscle, but you will burn a lot of calories because it's cardio basically, and you may build up some endurance. So cardio cardio, endurance, and like burning some calories is pretty much the benefits of it. And they're kind of fun. Like if you like a group class, if you like being pushed like that, if you like those high paced classes, they could be kind of fun. Like I think I would enjoy these actually myself. So if that's something you're interested in, definitely try it. I would try one out. They're not for everybody. I will say that. Not everybody enjoys them. They are kind of hard. So if you like somebody to push you, then that's a good route you can go. Number 11, how much rest is necessary between workouts? It's a very hard question because it's going to differ on the person. It's going to differ on your workout. It's going to differ on what you're training for. But in general, I would say, well, an easy way to answer this question is if you're sore in a certain area, don't work out that muscle again until you're not sore. That's the best way to answer. So like, if you're not sore the next day, then guess what? You can work out again the next day. But say you did chest on Monday, Tuesday, your chest is still sore. So I definitely wouldn't do chest again. I mean, your Tuesday, your chest is sore. So I wouldn't do it Tuesday. Wednesday, your chest is still sore. So I probably wouldn't do it then. Then say Thursday, you feel good. So then Thursday, you can work out chest again, if that makes sense. So like if you're sore, don't work it out. If you're not sore, then you can probably work out again. I wouldn't work out that muscle 2 days in a row. I would give at least 1 day in between, if not two, preferably two. So like say you did legs on Friday, I wouldn't do legs again until at least on Monday. Like I wouldn't do legs Saturday or Sunday. I would give yourself preferably 2 days if you can. But if you can't just do one, then that's good. I would never train the same muscle group back-to-back days ever. I would give yourself 2 days if you can. Also, if you're sore, don't do it. Let your body heal all the way back up and then work about it again. Number 12, what are the most joint-friendly push exercises? Oh, that's an interesting question. Joint-friendly push exercises. Well, I definitely would not say bench press because I think the bench press is pretty bad on the shoulders, in my opinion. Not everybody may agree with that, but in my opinion, a better alternative to the bench press is going to be a dumbbell bench press. Because when you do a normal bench press, your arms are locked in on a fixed position because you're using a bar. So you can't move them back and forth. But when you're using dumbbells, they're free weights, so you can move them to fit your body better. So definitely anything with dumbbells, any dumbbell push exercises are going to be better for joint friendliness, in my opinion. I wouldn't use a bar just because it kind of keeps you from being able to move better and you're playing with your body. So yeah, push exercises, I would say anything dumbbells. Push-ups, I think would be good. The machines. So like the pec deck machine, I think that would be good for you. Maybe not so much a chest press machine, but yeah, I would say dumbbells. That's my best answer. Number 13, how can I overcome a weight loss plateau? Well, change it up. Change up what you're doing. So if you've been doing the same workouts for a while, do some different workouts. Or if you've been eating the same exact calories for a while, you may have to drop your calories. But if you've dropped your calories super, super low to where you just can't drop them no more, well, then what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to do like a refeed. I just went blank what it's called. A reverse diet. You're going to need a reverse diet. If you get your calories too low and you can't lose any more weight, you're going to need a reverse diet. And what is a reverse diet? It's when you gradually build your calories back up to a very high number slowly. You're probably going to build a little bit of fat, but that's okay. But you want to build your metabolism back up. So slowly work your calories back up to where you're at a comfortable number, and then start trying to lose weight again. So then cut down weight from there, because then you've built your metabolism kind of back up because you're eating more food, and then you can start to cut it back down, and then you'll be able to lose weight again. So it's a reverse diet. If you want to know more about it, just look it up. Google reverse diet. There'll be all kinds of information about it. It will help you if you hit a plateau, I promise. And it may just be as simple as you may need to drop your calories some more, or you may need to add some cardio into your workout. If you're not doing any cardio, add some cardio or do a different type of cardio, things like that. There's so many different ways you can overcome that plateau. Number 14, what is the importance of warming up and cooling down? Well, we kind of already talked about this. It's to prevent injury. Warming up and cooling down is to prevent injury for sure. Warming up is to get your body warm, obviously, to get your blood flowing, to get your muscles stretched a little bit, to prepare you for the workout so that you're not stiff, you're not prone to injury. And then cool down is to kind of bring your heart rate back down. Like after the exercise, bring it back down slowly. Let your body calm back down. Let your body know that, hey, okay, we're coming back down to a normal heart rate. It's time to we can relax now, you know what I'm saying, kind of thing. And stretch too. Stretch when you're doing your cool down. And this will help prevent injury. It'll help prevent soreness. It'll help with recovery. So there's so many benefits of warming up and cooling down. And that's probably the one area of fitness that gets overlooked the most is the warm up and the cool down. Number 15, how do I choose the right workout routine for my goals? Well, it's going to depend on your goals, obviously. So this is hard. This is a hard one to answer without knowing your goals. So you kind of have to answer this for yourself. But in my opinion, you can't go wrong with weight training. No matter what your goals are, weight training should be a part of that in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Even if your goal is to run a marathon, you're still going to want to include weight training. If your goal is to lose weight, you're going to want to include weight training. If your goal is to build muscle, you're obviously going to want to include weight training. So how do you choose the right workout? It's going to be very specific on what your goals are. So I can't really answer this question without knowing your goal. If your goal is to build muscle, you're going to need to eat a little bit more calories, more protein than you're used to. If your goal is to lose weight, you're going to need to be in a calorie deficit, so eat a little less than what you're used to. If you're trying to run a marathon, obviously you need to incorporate running into your training exercise. So it's hard to answer. I can't really answer this question. So if I had to give a generic answer, to be include weight training in whatever your routine is, whatever that may be. Number 16, can I build muscle and lose fat at the same time? Yes, you can do this. The more weight you have on you, like the more fat you have in your body, the easier this is going to be. The more of a beginner you are, the easier this is going to be. So somebody like me, this is going to be very hard for me to do. I've been training for a while. I don't have much fat, so this will be hard for me to do. But yes, it can be done. And I think this is the route you should go. So if you're overweight and you're trying to start losing weight, I would say try to build muscle at the same time, and you will lose weight as a side effect, especially if you're very overweight. If you just start working out, you're going to build muscle because you're working out. And at the same time, you're going to lose weight because you're burning a bunch of calories. You're boosting your metabolism more. So yes, you absolutely can. Number 17, how does sleep affect my fitness progress? A ton. I can't really put it into words, but yes, sleep affects your progress definitely, because that is when you recover. That's when you rebuild. A lot of people don't understand this, but when you're in the gym, you're not building muscle. When you're in the gym, you're breaking down that muscle. When you build the muscle is when you're asleep, when you're recovering. So yes, if you don't sleep, you will not recover, period. So sleep is very, very important when it comes to your fitness progress. Number 18, what role does hydration play in exercise performance? This is a hard one to answer without getting like super scientific. And I don't really know the answer scientifically, but hydration plays a role in everything. Like everything you do, you need to be hydrated, period. Whether it's exercise, whether it's day-to-day living, just being healthy, like you need hydration. And not only do you need water, you need electrolytes as well. So like, yeah, drinking water all day is good for you, but try to put some electrolytes in there too. If you have to, whether that be a supplement, whether you put some sodium in it somehow, like some salt, or if you salt your food or something like that, this is going to be good for your hydration levels. But when it comes to exercise, like you got to have those electrolytes or your body's just not going to function properly. You need the electrolytes, you need the water to hydrate your muscles, do all the things that water does. Like I don't know. Like there's so many different things that water does in your body. I can't really answer that. But yes, it's just important. Just know that you got to be hydrated no matter what you're doing, period. Number 19, how can I track my fitness progress effectively? Well, it's 2025, so the best way to do this is an app. Use an app on your phone. There's a ton of them. I don't have one that I recommend. Just look up fitness tracking apps. There's plenty of them. You can put your workouts in there, what exercises you're doing. You can do what weight. You can put in there what weights you're doing, how many reps you did of each weight, how many sets you did. Some of them we even track your food, your calories. Just get one app that does it all and track everything in there. And it's the best way to track your fitness progress. And a lot of the apps nowadays will give you graphs and stuff. So as you track your progress over time, you'll be able to see it like on a graph. Like it'll show you. So you can see if that weight went up or if the weight went down or if the weight stayed the same. You can see that if you're logging your workouts in there. You can see how strong you're getting. You can see how much weight you're losing because you can track your body weight in a lot of those apps. So I would download one, whatever one. You've probably seen one before. If not, just go to the App Store or the Google Play Store, whatever they call it, and just download one. Look up fitness app, tracking app, whatever. And I don't really have a preferred one. I don't actually use one myself, so I can't recommend one. But there's a ton of good ones out there. I know that there is. Number 20, last question. What are the signs of overtraining and how can I avoid it? Well, lack of motivation. That's a big one. If you're not motivated to work out anymore, a lot of times you may be doing too much. Soreness, definitely. Tiredness, if you're just tired all the time, if you're exhausted throughout the day, if you're not getting good sleep, lack of sleep is definitely, you could be overtraining. There's lots of signs of overtraining. Just mental fatigue. You don't feel like doing that. You don't want to go to the gym. You feel kind of burnt out. Definitely could be overtraining. What else is some good overtraining? The main one just be like lack of motivation. Like if you've been super set on doing something, you've been going hard, going 100%, and then all of a sudden, boom, you're like, man, I don't really want to do this no more. Like, why do I get up and go to the gym every day? Probably overtraining. You probably need to tone it back some. This is something I deal with because I do this myself. So I have to find a good balance between my off days and my training because I will get this way sometimes. So it's good to stand it and notice it when it's happening. So that way, okay, I just need to back off. Like I'm doing too much. I'm going too hard, pushing myself too much. Let me rest an extra day. Let me take a day off. And it ain't gonna hurt you. 1, 2, 3, 5 days off, not gonna hurt you. Like take a day off if you need to. Take a week off if you need. You'd be surprised at how good a week off will be for you. You'll be surprised. So that's some signs of overtraining. How to avoid it? Try to listen to your body and just look out for these signs. Like try to notice them. Add more rest days in your training. If you're working out 6 or 7 days a week, it's really not necessary. So try to tone it back to 5 days max. I mean, if you just have to go 6 days, and hey, you can do it. I used to do it myself. I'm guilty of it, but now I wouldn't train more than 5 days a week if I was you. And that's weight training I'm talking about. If you want to like go for a walk or go for a run on other days, just do what you can. Try to listen to your body the best you can. These are some ways that you can avoid overtraining. So yeah, that was my 20 questions. Answered them on the spot. I think I gave a decent answer for all 20 questions. So y'all let me know down in the comments how I do answer these questions. These are all my opinions. Again, not a doctor or anything. So take it for what it is. It's not health advice or whatever you want to call that. But yeah, that was my 20 questions. I kind of like that. I like that topic. If y'all like this style of video, y'all let me know. We can do more like it. We can ask it different questions and do different things with it like that. I kind of like that format. And that way we kind of just spitball off the top of my head and y'all can see how smart I actually am or not smart I actually am. But yeah, I kind of like that. That was pretty cool idea for the podcast. I hope y'all liked it. Hope y'all enjoyed it. But yeah, that's all I got for y'all today. Y'all tune in next week for the next episode of the Fitness Planner podcast. Peace, love, protein. We out.